Hi everyone, I'm Simon Kimber, a bowler and coach based in the UK and the creator of 10-Pin Toolkit. Over a series of videos, I'm going to be covering each of the tools that make up the app. So to get started, we're going to take a look at the Angles and Targeting tool, which is a really great tool for helping bowlers improve their aim and visualise shots. And it's really useful in a coaching environment or even on the PBA Tour, where it's used by ball reps like Storm's PBA Tour manager Jim Callahan to illustrate and discuss lane play ideas with players. When you open up the Angles and Targeting tool, you're going to see a diagram of the lane down here on the left, controls to adjust the shot on the right, and down at the bottom you're shown the board numbers that the ball needs to be on at key points in the shot. So we've got the start of the approach, the foul line, the dots and the arrows, and those numbers update as you make changes elsewhere. So this is all assuming that we're taking a straight line past the arrows and onto the target that you've selected. Don't worry if you're a lefty, all of the tools in 10-Pin Toolkit can be switched to left-handed from the settings screen, along with the length of your approach, and in a future update I'll also be adding settings for drift and ball to ankle distances, so you'll be able to set everything up just right for your game. We've got two options at the top here, breakpoint and pin. We'll start with breakpoint. We can adjust the sliders for the distance to the breakpoint, the board at the breakpoint, and we can change the board that we're targeting at the arrows just here. If you prefer to target at the dots or the foul line, you can make that change there, but for now we're going to stick with the arrows. So, as an example, let's say that we're playing to a breakpoint on the 9 board at 40 feet, and maybe we want to roll the ball through third arrow, so let's move that to 15. Just there. We can now see that, assuming a straight line from the start of the approach, the centre of the ball is going to start on board 23, it's going to cross the foul line on board 19, it's going to cross the dots on board 17, and of course it's going to cross the arrows on board 15. If we tap the zoom icon, we can take a look at that shot in a bit more detail. All our key numbers are on the left hand side there. We can toggle those on and off here. We can zoom in and out with a pinch or a double tap. We can adjust the scale of the lane all the way up to 100%. And we can also display an overlay on the lane that shows us the optimal entry angle of 4 to 6 degrees. And lastly, we can switch to a 3D view, just like that, that shows us a better visualization of what the shot's going to look like going down the lane. Obviously with a hook shot like this, there's a lot of factors that are going to affect it, from the oil pattern to lane topography and even the humidity and temperature. So use these numbers as a starting point to help you visualize a line where you want to get the ball, and then make adjustments based on what you see the ball doing down the lane. No app is going to be able to tell you exactly how to play any given lane, so it's up to you to play the lane that's in front of you and decide where you need to put the ball. This tool is going to help you become more accurate at visualizing and getting it there. Okay, so let's tap the X to come out of the zoomed in view, and we'll take a look at the pin option. Everything's exactly the same as for breakpoint, except obviously now we've got a set of pins to tap on. And again, as we change the pin, we can see these numbers across the bottom updating in real time to tell us which board the centre of the ball should be on at each of those points. I personally play my spares, single pin spares, through the third arrow, but you can easily move your target to wherever you want. So if you prefer to play all your spares through centre arrow, or a particular spare through centre arrow, just move the slider into place. At the moment this is just single pins, but I'm hoping to add multiple pin spares in a future update. And again, we can tap on the zoom to see a larger diagram of this shot. We can also visualize that in the 3D view. And we also have another overlay available, which is our miss area. This essentially shows you your margin for error on a single pin shot. So as long as the ball stays within the highlighted area, you're guaranteed to pick up the spare. And it's a nice little reminder for those of us who sometimes forget that the single pin is actually a bigger target than it looks. And that's the Angles and Targeting tool in 10-Pin Toolkit. I hope you found this video helpful, and if you have any questions or comments, please don't hesitate to contact me. You can do that via the website at www.10pintoolkit.com, or come and find me on Instagram and Twitter as 10-Pin Toolkit, all one word, or search for 10-Pin Toolkit on Facebook. Thanks for watching, and bowl well.